The women, materializing as if out of some vortex in the sidewalks, handed her cards embossed with the names of modeling agencies, all of which were coined from superlatives. Lavish Modeling, or Portland Iconography, Bridgetown Models, Rose City Agency, and asked her to give them a call, to come in for a meeting, to talk a little bit more. Lou never did. Even after she turned 18, they didn't let up. They approached her at Target with her mom, the last week of high school, picking out twin long sheets for her freshman year at the University of Oregon. They approached the dark corner booth in the coffee shop where she'd holed up every day so far that summer, reading or drawing or just watching her friend Ivy, who was working, spray herself with steamed milk and get hit on by men in very tiny beanies. One woman approached at one of Ivy's band's shows downtown, dressed in a black blazer and black slacks and black sunglasses, pressing a card to her palm, and Lou, a little drunk, had thought for a full second that the woman was an FBI agent. After the first woman, in a mall food court when she was in middle school, Lou's mom had told her if she wanted to try it, she had to wait until she was 16, what her mom clearly thought of as a reasonable working age, as if modeling would be anything like Lou's summer landscaping job. Lou knew lots of her classmates would love the chance to be a model. It seemed like a portal to being rich, to being known, being seen, or even, within the abyss of puberty, to just being told they were beautiful, though none of these women ever told Lou that. They all said she had an interesting face, which wasn't the same thing. True, she was tall. She was mistaken for a much younger boy all the time, despite messy brown hair curling past her shoulders, which she didn't necessarily mind. And true, she was the right size. She ate whatever she wanted, and she stayed skinny and flat-chested, which she also didn't mind. But it disturbed her to think these women purposely hung out at places where they knew teenaged girls would be. Malls, concerts, coffee shops, scouting beanpole girls. Somehow, no one else thought it was creepy, even her parents, who were only amused. But Lou felt like she was being stalked by the fashion industry, an entity she didn't love, didn't feel catered to by, didn't even understand was a thing until it asserted itself in her life, insisting she join it. She felt like she was being recruited to a cult that she could see through entirely, whose basic tenets she didn't believe in and never would. One woman approached while she was mowing a client's front lawn on a Friday in early June, just a week after her high school graduation. Her boss was weeding in the back. It was a very nice and very steep neighborhood. A few miles from the house Lou had grown up in, on the edge of the hills around Skyline Boulevard. The grade made the landscaping particularly difficult. Lou was always afraid of rolling down the hill, sharp tools in hand, or the brakes on the truck going out while she was in it. Yet Lou had been distracted all afternoon. Ivy was supposed to pick her up at any minute. And Lou was mostly watching for her dirty gold minivan, doing a crummy job on the oval of lawn by the rhododendrons. She and Ivy were going to be spending the next 3 nights together, which felt like a lush amount of time. They'd been friends since their freshman year, but it was only this summer that Lou had let herself spend unrestricted time with her, as if before she was in some way saving up. She knew it was absurd to think time or company worked as if she could save any of it. But it didn't really matter if there was sound metaphysical or even physical logic to it, because any time lately Lou tried to keep Ivy at the same careful distance she kept nearly everyone, Ivy rejected that outright. The woman waved her hands in Lou's face to get her attention. She was walking a miniature husky. It looked like a robot toy Lou had as a kid that barked 3 times, then flipped over backward. Lou pulled off her hearing protection and turned off the mower so she didn't take off the husky's snout. "Can I help you?" Lou said. The woman was dressed in a Lululemon-ish getup. Lou figured she wanted to know what the landscaping company was, even though it was emblazoned on the side of her boss's truck. "You have a great look," the woman said, as if Lou was something she'd assembled herself. "Very striking." She handed Lou the card right as Ivy pulled up to the curb in her minivan. The dog sniffed Lou's feet, then looked up at her with ice-blue eyes. The husky was so clean that when the mud from Lou's boots showed up on its nose, Lou wanted to wipe it off, return it to mint condition. "Thanks," Lou said politely, and pocketed the card fast. She kept a stack of them in her room because she thought it was funny. And most of her friends thought it was funny. But she didn't want Ivy to know. "Who was that?" Ivy asked as Lou climbed in.